After surviving the Great Swiss Time Zone Rebellion, you'd think the universe would give us a break. But corporate chaos never sleeps, it just hires new management. And that brings us to today's hero, Dave. The man who tricked his company into giving him a raise using a completely fake job offer. Dave had been at his company for years. He liked the people, he liked the work, he just didn't like that his paycheck looked allergic to numbers higher than 85000. Management had this policy: no raise unless you show proof another company wants you. It's basically, cheat on us so we'll appreciate you. Dave's boss even told him, honestly, the only way to bump your salary is to bring us an offer letter. And Dave didn't want to spend weekends pretending to love other recruiters, so he called his old supervisor, Bruce, the kind of legend who'd left for greener pastures but still had everyone's respect. Hey Bruce, remember how you said if I ever needed help, call you? Sure, what's up? I need a fake offer letter. Make it look fancy. Bruce laughed like a man who'd been waiting his whole life for this kind of nonsense. No problem, what number are we shooting for? I'm making 85, I deserve 110. Perfect, I'll offer 125. Gives them room to panic. An hour later, Dave gets an email, offer of employment confidential. No company logo, just enough official phrasing to trigger corporate anxiety. Next morning, Dave walks into his boss's office like he's about to break up with them. So, I got an offer. Boss opens the email, eyes widen. 125000. You could almost hear the budget department faint. 2 hours later, counteroffer 130000 to stay. Dave pretends to think about it. Okay, I guess loyalty matters. Boom, raise approved. The best part? Bruce didn't even have the position. He literally fabricated an offer that didn't exist. It was like robbing a bank using Monopoly money, and somehow the bank apologized. Years later, Bruce hired Dave for real at his new company, this time with an executive title and an actual paycheck to match. Moral of the story, never underestimate the power of a well-timed PDF. Next up, an IT story that proves karma has admin privileges. My manager decided there were too many people with access to a certain internal system. He said, I want a list of every user, their team, their purpose, and how often they log in. Cool, tedious, but doable. I compile the spreadsheet, send it over. He scans it for 2 minutes and says, half these names mean nothing to me. Delete everyone I don't recognize. I pause. Are you sure? Yes, I'm the manager. Delete them. All right, Captain Confidence. I hit delete. Overnight, the digital world burns. Engineers from 3 continents can't log in, systems stall, phones explode with messages, help, I can't access anything. Meanwhile, I'm asleep, dreaming of a life without Teams notifications. Next morning, chaos. Manager storms into my office like a storm cloud wearing a tie. What did you do? Exactly what you told me to. I show him the email where he said delete them. He stares at the screen, jaw unhinged. Fix it! I calmly reply, sure, but it'll take a while. Backups and all that. He hovers while I restore users one by one, sweating bullets as productivity crawls. 2 weeks later, déjà vu. He's still paranoid about too many users. He calls another meeting and says, this time remove everyone who doesn't use the system daily. Okay, you want daily? You get daily. Next morning, he can't log in. System's broken again. Nope, I say, sipping coffee. You don't use it daily. You were on your own list. I slide him the access request form he invented. Fill this out if you'd like to apply for access. It's been months. Form still blank. Peace restored. Moral: when your boss thinks he's above the rules, just make him follow his own. The server that went down because Karen said so. Now we move from petty to catastrophic. I used to manage servers at a mid-sized logistics company. Think forklifts, barcodes, payroll, and a boss named Karen who believed it stood for instant tasks. One Monday morning, Karen emails, take the main server offline immediately for maintenance. I blink. That server handles payroll, inventory, shipping, basically the company's heartbeat. I reply, Karen, downtime during business hours will halt the entire operation. I've already scheduled maintenance for Sunday evening. She responds within 30 seconds. I don't care. Do it now. You work on my schedule. You want it down? You got it. I looped in the warehouse manager. Heads up, per Karen's request, systems will be offline starting 10:30 a.m. At 10:30 on the dot, I pull the plug. 15 minutes later, the company collapses like a Jenga tower. No one can print shipping labels. Payroll freezes. Inventory scanners blink like dying fireflies. Phones start ringing like a horror soundtrack. CFO bursts in. What happened? I point to the email chain with Karen's glorious sentence. Yes, take the server down now. He reads it twice, silently leaves, and storms straight into Karen's office. 15 minutes later, she appears red-faced, mumbling something about miscommunication. I smile sweetly. Would you like me to bring it back up early? Might take a while. Forced shutdowns cause errors. It takes 2 hours. By then, the COO and CTO are breathing fire. Karen gets summoned to a meeting so intense, I swear I felt the heat from IT. After that day, no manager could request downtime without triple sign-off and a written explanation longer than the US Constitution. 2 weeks later, HR quietly promoted me and slipped a bonus on my paycheck. Sometimes professionalism equals revenge with a smile. The high school project from hell. Finally, let's step out of the office and into a classroom because apparently group projects are just unpaid internships for overachievers. In high school, I was the nerd who actually cared. Straight A's, color-coded notes, the kind of student teachers ask to help others. Big mistake. We get assigned a huge science project, teams of 4. I end up with 3 professional slackers whose main talent was arriving late. We sit down to plan and they immediately say, "You're smart, you can just do it, right?" I laugh, thinking they're joking. They're not. Come on, you love this stuff. We'll totally put your name first. Generous, considering they'd contribute oxygen and sarcasm. So I smile and say, sure. Then I did it all but my way. I made slides, graphs, even built a model volcano that actually erupted. But the title slide? Oh, that was art. Renewable energy, how 4 students pretended to work while 1 did everything. Their names were there too, listed neatly under mine, like suspects. Presentation day. Ready when you are. I click the remote. Boom, title slide appears. Entire class bursts into laughter. One of my teammates whispers, "You didn't." Oh, but I did. I deliver the whole presentation solo, throwing in lines like, while my teammates provided moral support from the cafeteria, I ran the simulations. By the end, the teacher is crying from laughter. She gives me 100%, the others, 0. After class, one of them actually says, "You could have shared the grade." I reply, "I did, you shared the project too." Fair's fair. So there you have it, a saga of perfect compliance and imperfect management. Credits. To a dad who sent pallets swimming, to a manager who discovered Swiss law the hard way, to Dave, the fake offer wizard, to an IT guy who deleted his boss, to the server that fell victim to Karen's ego, to a student who graded justice himself, and to me, well, don't mention, just help me hit that like and subs button anyways. So, oops, what the hell? I'm out of saliva. But just know it, every single story proves one universal truth. Sometimes the most satisfying revenge is doing exactly what you're told. Follow the rules so perfectly they break themselves.